One of the most important things for me is to get up early in the morning, and sometimes that's well before daylight, and to go for a walk as soon as it is light with my dogs. And I think having the dogs has pushed me into doing this, where before, it was too easy to be lazy and just say, nah, not today. There are days I feel like that, but these two will not let me get away with it. So that puts me under a little bit of pressure, because it's very easy to indulge yourself when you have all your children grown up and having left home. And in my case, I don't have a gorgeous husband there to sit on the veranda and have a coffee with. So this is what I do. I get out there and just absolutely love this process of walking and just dreaming, thinking. Sometimes I listen to something, other times I'll create something by recording myself, imagining, designing, maybe even a painting, or I just go along and just let my senses be assaulted by the scenery. On this particular route, there are some beautiful Angus cattle, and they're very quiet. So it's just so amusing. I get so much joy out of animal watching. I know other people enjoy people watching, but to me, animals are the ones. And as you can see, these critters are very curious and very quiet. This is literally just a minute's walk or less from the little cottage I'm living in, and it's a track that goes down very steeply, so I have to use a walking stick to get down there so I don't fall over or slip. But it's all worth it, because once I get down there I can walk for miles and miles and miles. It's always a test of where my head's at, as to whether I can be actually present on the walk, or whether I just want to get it over with really fast because it's something I want to run back and get done. And one of the things I'll talk about today is just how it is for someone that is driven by creativity. It doesn't necessarily mean whether or not, everyone can be creative. It's whether or not you are really driven by the need to make things or change things. And I think we all know lots of people that are driven like that, but they may not be expressing it through art or something like this. But art is a splendid medium to be able to take up the slack, or more so the excess, if you have an abundance of that energy. Anyway, I'm just going to round the corner here and have a little chat to you as I walk along and enjoy the beautiful morning sunshine. It's just blissful, isn't it? It's hard to imagine this when you're living in the city outside of just, a little trip down south. But when you wake up every morning and this is what is on your plate or available, like a walk away, like just walk down the hill and here it is. It's quite beautiful. We can live in the city and lock ourselves up in our little palaces like I reckon I had done. We created like a mini resort. But there's nothing that beats being right next to it. And the smell of manure, I think it's just glorious. It's 7 a.m. and pretty much I'm in heaven. I'm doing a lot of things I said I wasn't going to do. I'm working really hard physically, using a back that I thought couldn't do any more of that kind of stuff. But you learn to be a little bit more careful, and I suppose you learn to never say never over and over through your life. Right now, it's a little bit hard for me to get to my painting as logistics are panning out, but really, you know, sometimes as an artist, you just need to take some time. Excuse me, someone's doing their business over there. It's like turning a tap on. But yeah, sometimes you need to just stop what you're doing. And I find that as a productive artist, I get more productivity if I take long breaks where I don't paint at all. And you develop a kind of a hunger, a sort of a starvation by not getting to your brush. And that, for me, regenerates that sense of awe and excitement when you do get back to it. You need to build that hunger up. I'm absolutely sure of it. When I was in Perth, I really studied social media usage very hard and tried all sorts of things of like communicating regularly. And just like everything, you can take the specialness out of it. I mean, I can mass produce material for you. And I am a very prolific person creatively. It doesn't matter whether I'm making art or making whoopee, as in life. I will always be creative. So creativity, if you can't get to your brushes, will be expressed in some other way. Around the house, it might be in your cooking. It could be in your farming. It could be just that you put that energy into building a landscape, a beautiful home, or even just loving your family. There are many creative people out there that don't have a brush in their hand, but that doesn't mean that everybody is driven by that need. So no, not everybody is creative. Everybody's capable of it. Not everybody is driven in that way. And I think that's important to understand. If you know you're driven in that way, painting or some other expression through art can give you a way of safely expressing it instead of it being diagnosed as ADHD or some sort of, you know, obsessive compulsive disorder, because it's very easy for that to happen, and you've just got to be really strong and not allow other people to, or especially medical people, to pathologise what your natural gift is, your capacity. It's a way over pathologised society that we live in. Too many people are making a good living out of you being sick or mentally ill. Chuck away that label and find a safe way for yourself to express that energy. That's the key, and that's probably one of the best cures for someone who has a very strong drivenness, because that drivenness, if it doesn't find a target to be driven into, will be basically seen as a pathology, an illness of some sort, because we'll find a target. If we don't put it into a safe target, we will find a target, and it does disrupt your life and other people's lives drastically. And art gives you a way of calming down. It's an unlimited place. It's frustrating, it's annoying because it doesn't always work out, but it is a way of directing that crazy energy. I think we are quite like dogs. We're mad, frantic, curious, always looking for some new scent, always on the hunt, getting into trouble because of that curiosity. We follow our instincts so we can get into strife. Come on. Just got to get this dog. Oh, very good. Well done. Sit down.